Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday evening, everyone. How are you doing, Michelle?
I'm good. How are you feeling?
Doing better. I actually caught some virus over the weekend. Like a what do you call it? Like a upper respiratory virus. So I've been trying to like tackle that. I'm so happy today because I'm starting to feel a little bit better just this evening. And wanted to do a shout out to Duncan VR, who is our official moderator. Thank you, Duncan, for being here. How was your birthday? It was your birthday on Friday. Happy belated birthday. How did it go for you? He says happy Bolo and Boko. Buy one, keep one, and be on the lookout.
That's
That's
funny.
exactly what we did. We do. We buy one, we keep one when it's like a good deal. And how's it going, Rich? Yes, you made it. Happy Tuesday, Rich. How are things in New York? Um, so we're so happy you're here, thrifting by. And yeah, honestly, we miss you guys when you're not able to make it. And quick shout out to
Nikki,
Chandra, Glow Girl
Chandra,
Glow. She is our budgeting
Queen.
expert. Yeah, so we take a lot of budgeting advice from her. Give her a follow if you're not following her on YouTube. GLO, Girl GLO. She's all about empowering women and, with money and finance. Yeah, Rich said, Marina, I'm happy to hear you don't have COVID. Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Rich. Yeah, especially out here in like California where things are horrible. So Michelle and I, because of how things are, we actually haven't been sourcing at all for the last couple of weeks. Well, maybe one and a half weeks, 1.5 weeks. We haven't been sourcing because things are pretty crazy. There's like a new variant in California, and they say 40% of all Californians who have COVID have the new variant, and it's like obviously more, easier to spread, and like a lot of these new variants are even they're saying they're more deadly. So we are doing that. I did pick something up. I don't know what it was, but thankfully it's not COVID. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Still trying to beat it. I don't know if you guys could hear it a little in my sinus when I talk, but it started in my sinus. It's moved down to my throat. Couldn't even really talk yesterday. It was extremely painful. And this is the first time I'm talking for like a whole 24 hours for like
Yeah,
a
I
length of
mean,
time.
self-care is so important, Marina. 2021 goal.
Yes, 100%. Like, but what can I say? Loving life. I know things are difficult, but honestly, having relationships with all of you who join us every single week and who participate in our lives, not I don't know how you feel, but it makes me feel happy and at peace, honestly. So, thank you guys for always showing up. We appreciate that, and we enjoy spending time with you guys talking about our favorite thing in the world, which is reselling, right? So, buying things to sell online for for others who are maybe can't go out looking for the items that we are providing, right? But yeah, so for many different reasons. So Michelle, if this is your first time listening to this podcast, so this is a podcast that we host live on YouTube twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. And on Tuesdays, we like to share like a little bit of our sales, like our favorite items sold. Those who are in the audience, we invite you to also share, because by sharing we learn, right? So that's why we do it. And you ask good questions and you learn. And a lot of those who are here, Rich, Duncan, um, Chandra, Brittany, they know so much about so many things that we're still learning about and offer so much good advice. Um, so those of you who are just joining, my name is Marina. This
My name
is
is Michelle.
Michelle, and this is our third year going into reselling, and we are exploring new things this year. So we do want to share about that, our journey of the new streams of income that we're exploring this year. And this Thursday, 5:30 Pacific Time, PST, live on YouTube, we have a special guest, Tori from Evolving Always Productions. She's going to talk about like using some of your reselling money to invest. right? To put it in the market, stock market, and you make that another stream of income. So there's always a way to hustle. There's always a way to make money. You know, I'm a part-time teacher, and so when I don't work, I don't get paid. So this is one other reason why, you know, we decided to get into making our own small business here. So Rich is sharing that thrifting by. I did my YouTube video last week. How did it go? Rich, we need to subscribe to your YouTube
Yeah, we
channel.
should.
I don't think we've done that yet. So Michelle, I'm gonna let you do that
I have
on your
homework.
phone.
Yeah.
You have homework. Brittany, all bossed up. She provides a wealth of information, just super. She's a reseller as well. She says, hey, Chandra, hey, Michelle, and Marina with the heart back to you, Brittany. So follow her on Instagram. And yeah, so Rich said, I just lost a friend with COVID last week. She taught me the flea market game. Oh no. That is extremely sad. I am so very, very sorry to hear that, Rich. This is extremely, extremely sad what's happening right now in the US with COVID and all over the world, actually.
Yeah.
Well, Michelle, you want to share
Yeah,
the
let's get
slides there?
started.
Okay.
So what are we going to talk about today?
Well, we talk every week about how sales went, but we also want to share a new bolo, right? So be on the lookout of the week. And this week we're going to be talking about Starbucks mugs because they're super duper hot. They've been hot, but it's important to know what to look for when you're out in the thrift store. Quick shout out to Girly Girl Style Hubs, who's stopping by, Bill, to just let us know that he cannot stay because his wife Tori had an eye appointment and got her eyes dilated, so that means she can't really see well.
Oh,
So he will rewatch when he could see when. Oh, actually, he got his eyes dilated also. Okay. Oh shoot, yeah, that doesn't allow you to see well at all. How did you guys? Yeah, like I hope you had a way home.
did you dilate
Stay
each
safe.
other's eyes?
No, they do that at the eye doctor,
I know,
right?
I
Oh, good. Okay.
know.
Okay, thanks for stopping by, Bill. We appreciate that. Hope that you get a little R&R with Tori tonight and enjoy your dinner. Thank you so much. Okay.
So let's get started. So our
Yes.
sales actually went down this past week. I think a couple of reasons. I think it could be because people are slowing down on buying stuff. I think that's one. The other thing is potentially we weren't active enough on these platforms, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
So
definitely have an answer to why our sales were less. I totally have an answer. So I didn't source. That's what it is. So
mm,
usually I do some heavy sourcing, and when I do, our sales immediately increase. So we know what we need to do to increase our sales, right? But we also are just two of us that do this when we are not paying attention or not paying attention. We do this when we're not working our day jobs. Our jobs are number one, they help us pay for the roof over our heads. They allow us to do this on our spare time. And I didn't source for many reasons. It's cold. Um, the COVID situation is horrible right now where we live in California. And my brother had a baby, so we
oh,
visited him
right.
twice and his baby, our nephew. And so there's, when you take away from the business, you're going to see it in the results. Now, that's not to say that, you know, there's not a strategy behind how to set. So we are in the process of hiring somebody to help us list every day, in the process of doing that. So, bear with us. However, I'm happy with our sales. I'm happy with our income because it's doubled since last year. So we're
True.
still doing really great.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look. I'll let you go over it.
You got it. So Duncan VR is asking, are we still in eBay jail? We got out of eBay jail, thankfully. Thanks for asking. Okay, so the gross was 569.49. Very, very low compared to what we usually aim for. And our profit was only 361.53. So it was, eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, and Etsy where we sold. Very limited, super duper limited what we did on each store. So, shall we continue? We're going to continue with our favorite items sold
Yeah,
for the week.
it's interesting because Poshmark was the winner this week, this past week, and usually, I mean, it was because of one buyer who purchased quite a few things from our store, so that was the winner for the week.
That's true. He discovered the gems in our store.
Yeah. All right, let's get started. Here's your first one. I'll let you go through it.
Sure. So this is a really beautiful vintage. It's a 1984 Olympics Los Angeles hat, and it actually had two pins on it. So our cost was like $3. We bought it in a lot at an estate sale, and it sold for $58. And it's a beautiful hat in fantastic condition. So vintage hats are a thing. They are a bolo. If you could find those, they're usually vintage trucker hats are the ones you want to look for.
The cool thing about this hat is it's never been worn, so it's super clean inside. And I think $58 is quite a steal.
Yeah, I think so too. You could sell some of these vintage items for like $100 or higher. So it
Yeah.
was definitely a steal. He knew that. He's from Los Angeles. And especially
Mhm.
if you're living in Los Angeles and you have a little bit higher income, to spend on things. Oh, those stimulus checks I heard are coming out too. But anyway, he's like, I saw this deal. I'm a Los Angeles person. I'm gonna go for it. And it's gorgeous. I wouldn't mind collecting this if I was a collector, having it in my collection.
Yeah. All right. This next item is another really cool item that was sold. Um, this is a Yankees Stitch brand hoodie. Actually, it's embroidered, and it's got a little Yankee logo patch on the right sleeve, a giant Yankee logo in the front. Super cute. It's way too big. If I could fit in it, I would probably keep it. So this was sourced for $3, sold for 35.
Oh, trust me, I'm not even a Yankees fan and I wanted to keep it. It has a cool Yankees patch on the side with like the red, it's red and black and blue. And
Mm-hmm.
like it's just like a baseball tee, like where the majority of the hoodie is like a navy blue, and then the white sleeves and hoodie. It's gorgeous. I would have kept it, but I live in LA, so I don't need that.
You need
It's
a
cute.
Dodgers one.
Right.
Oops.
Yeah.
You got to
So
update. Sorry, it didn't update the title.
So let us
But
know how your sales went last week. Feel free to share in the chat so we can share with our listeners and tell us what your favorite items sold were. Where did you do well in sales? Because it also helps us analyze the trends, right? We are in January. It is the end of January. Sales do slow down a little bit usually. Rich said that people are waiting on stimulus checks. They are also skeptical of Biden's plan for the economy. Yeah, I know, right? We have to see what's going to happen with all of that. A lot of people are getting their stimulus checks. So, and which ones are those? The $600 ones or the 2000 or 1000? I don't even know what's going on.
600. 600. The
$600
other
ones.
one
Oh,
hasn't
okay.
been approved. Yeah.
Oh, got it. Got it. Okay, cool. And Duncan said he got a stimulus check, but it didn't stimulate him.
Why would he get one? He's in Australia. All right.
Okay. So this is a really cool. So golf is still a thing. People are still golfing. That's like a huge activity during the pandemic. And we sold a golf mug. The golf mug is so cute. It's a mug and it has a little like an indent on the bottom, and it comes with a putter and a little mini golf ball. So like you can have this on your desk, drink coffee, and you can put the little golf ball through the mug. Has like a little tunnel in the middle of the mug, and then it says tea time. So actually, I guess it's a teacup. It's cute. I love this. I love this cup.
All right. This next one. This pair of shoes actually is a donation from your mom, right?
Yeah,
This is
these are my mom's shoes. I think she probably wore them once or not even once.
oh my god, they're in such great condition. It's a Converse All Star Chuck Taylor shoes, and this was cost us nothing, $0, and sold for 30.
Yep. So black Converse low tops. Those are kind of popular right now. Brittany All Bossed Up said, I sold a lot of athletic wear and shoes, and that makes so much sense because new year, everyone's into working out, you know, the new year resolution, and this is
Mhm.
a good time. That makes sense. Thanks for sharing, Brittany. Keely Bannister is joining us, and she says, hello, everyone, joining from the UK.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us, Keely. What time is it in your neck of the woods? And then Brittany, all bossed up, said boots are still selling. Yeah, that makes sense too, because like it's been cold in general. I feel like all over the US. There's
Yeah.
been like that storm and it's been cold in general. So you need boots. You need boots for the snow. Heck, we got snow in Southern California last couple of
Mhm.
days,
Yeah.
which I mean, and not just in the mountains, like in other places, like in
Mhm.
the non-mountains. So boots are needed, right? So thanks for sharing that, Brittany. Okay, so is that yours, Chan?
Yours. Please
Okay,
don't call me
sorry. She doesn't like it when I call her by her last name. Bad habit. All right. So, vintage Disney store, Eeyore 13-inch, large plush, stuffed animal. So cute. We sold this one for $50. So, if you are looking for plush stuffed animals, anything vintage and Winnie the Pooh is going to do really well. It may not sell like tomorrow, like right away, but it will sell. And
Chan.
we've had many vintage Winnie the Pooh items, plush items sell in our store. It was so look at those sad eyes. It's just so cute. How can you not smile looking at it? So Rich thrifting by said, I got my $600. We are now waiting on the 1,000. Fantastic. I don't think we've gotten anything yet. So I hope we get something. it
I hope so
would be much,
too.
it would be much needed because yeah, I didn't file for unemployment or anything like that during my time off, and yeah, it would be much needed.
Brittany has a question, or Brittany says, "Whoa, I can't believe that on the plush, amazing." So, Brittany, this is vintage. If you look at the little tag on the stuffed animal, you could see if there's like a vintage old Disney logo or a newer one. The older ones are worth more. We actually sold another Eeyore for $70, and that was really, really old. It had an old Disney logo on there.
Yeah, and we find these usually at estate sales, right? I mean, you
Hmm.
can find them anywhere, garage sales, but for us, we've been fortunate in locating these at estate sales. So Keely Bannister answered our question. She said it is 1:50 a.m. in her neck of the woods in the UK. Thanks for joining us on your Wednesday, early in the morning. We appreciate that.
All right.
Okay.
Do you, all right. Can I move on?
Yes, please.
Okay. So we are going to talk about Starbucks, Bolo, tumblers, and mugs. But I do want to add some fun fact in there because I'm kind of geeked out about this kind of stuff. So I think you guys will find these interesting. Is how the mermaid logo came about. Um, so basically, the founders wanted to start a company that starts with the letters ST. The advertising specialist suggested that ST words were powerful. So the founders were trying to look for a word, and they stumbled across the book Moby Dick. There was a character in the book named Starbuck, Captain Ahab's first mate and no nonsense crew member of the Pequod. So in the book, he's known for his quiet nature and moral goodness, and so that's how they came up with the word with the name Starbucks. So the mermaid is also something interesting. It has nothing to do with the book, but the mermaid is basically meant to be a seductive sea siren representing the brand's nautical theme. She's not connected to the book, but she's forever associated with the brand. So on here, you know how they started from 1971 has a really old brown logo of a mermaid, and it has evolved since then to a more modern look. Isn't that interesting?
Well, I'm so happy, Michelle, that you deliver this information because you are in marketing and branding and advertising. And there is, for anyone who really wants to get serious with their business, maybe not when you're starting out, but like us, first year we did this, we didn't know we were going to continue doing it. We decided year 2 to continue doing it. Oh, let's try another year, see how it goes. By year 3, we're like, okay, this is a business and we want to grow it, right? So once you are there, then it's definitely worth investing in building your brand and doing it like this because it is powerful and it does has a lot of meaning and it does affect the quality of your business, believe it or not. So, thanks for
Yeah,
presenting that, Michelle. I
yeah.
appreciate that.
And I'm adding this because so then you guys can recognize the old Starbucks logo. So if you do come across something that has an old logo, it might be a good thing. It might be a Bolo item.
Yes, 100%. That's a good point, Michelle. Yeah, looking at all the different logos, and if you catch an old one, it could be worth much more money. Duncan said yesterday on eBay, I had an instant sales. I have must price too cheap. Yeah, that happened to us too. We had to remove our listings because I think we were under with what we're doing. So those things happen sometimes, right? You put something on eBay and it sells immediately. You're like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
did I price that too cheaply?
So I also added this for you guys. If you guys really want to geek out about Starbucks mugs, because you know there are a lot of collectors out there. If you go on Wikipedia, they tell you all the series that Starbucks came up with for all their mugs. A couple of things that I recognize would be the "You Are Here" series. We have a couple of those before. Been There series. So if you're really geeked out, you can probably make some money by collecting everything and sell them later.
Yeah, or even like in lots and all of that. A collector would sweep those up. And there's so many Starbucks mug collectors. Actually, I'm one of them. So
Hmm.
I like to collect Starbucks mugs from cities that I've visited
Yeah.
personally around the world. So if I
Hmm.
go, speaking of, we have to go back to Georgia because I bought a mug there and I left it in the hotel for somebody to find. I think it was a couple of mugs. But yeah, that's how I like to collect it's like if I visit a place, I want to buy a mug as a memory, like, hey, I went there. And plus, like, I have a mug right here that I'm drinking out of. So I do use them and it brings me a little bit of joy to like remember that I said I visited once.
Okay, you can get
So
started.
yeah, just really quick though, Brittany mentioned that she sold a pair of those Chuck Taylor
Oh, wow.
Converse this last week, but she said hers, she only got 20 bucks. However, she noticed that sales generate more sales for her. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense, right?
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Thanks for sharing that, Brittany. Okay, so the very first bolo, be on the lookout. There are two here that sold in November for $428 a pair of Starbucks tumblers. So, what's really popular aside from the mugs are the tumblers, and the tumblers you could put like iced tea in them, or we actually don't own any tumblers. We haven't yet bought any for ourselves. We just use the mugs because we drink hot coffee. But these were sold for 428 on a bidding system on eBay. So you can imagine, what they got. They must have made $300, 350 maybe off of that. So that was really good. And it's the oil slick studded Starbucks tumbler. These look so amazing. And they look like the color patterns like oil.
Yeah, I don't know why these are so popular. I remember when they were selling this, it was just out of stock immediately. Um, but I don't know why. Is it just because it's really cool looking?
And there's a lot of Starbucks collectors, and every time there's a new model of mug, you're gonna want it. But yeah, I mean, it is really cool looking, actually. So the more unusual it is, the better it is gonna do, right? Or the better design that the mug has or the tumbler has, the better it's gonna do.
Yeah, here's another one. These are also the studded version. It's white and green. This set sold for $389. And it's the same series. So anything studded, I would just be on the lookout. Um, yeah.
100%, yeah. Yeah, the 389 including shipping for this one, and it came from Taiwan. So a lot of people around the world that are located in different places in different countries have become smart to buying all the Starbucks things and going on eBay and selling them to people in the US or like in other countries and things like that. So yeah, people have caught on to that, and they make a whole business out of that. So Rich said that Dunkin Donuts. The reason I'm mentioning this because Duncan VR, our moderator,
Moderator.
he actually his New Year's resolution is to eat pizza and burgers. And then Keely Bannister said, I just ate 2 donuts, Duncan. So Rich says Dunkin' Donuts are closing numerous locations. Donuts have not been good in years. They used to make them fresh in the store back in the 1970s through 1980s when they sold the chain. We love Dunkin' Donuts. We're big Dunkin' Donuts fans over here. Coffee's good, donuts are good. Yeah, so thanks for bringing that up. Dunkin' Donuts are yummy. I want a donut now. Okay, sorry. So let's go ahead and continue. What is the next tumbler? The next tumbler is the blue purple siren mermaid tumbler. This is a vintage. This is a vintage cup. It's porcelain, and it has beautiful blue painting of the mermaid, the Starbucks mermaid. And actually one sold for 120. Another one sold for 88. They totally underpriced. They lost out on 30 bucks. But anyway, though I wouldn't mind that mug. That's cool.
This is made out of ceramic, which is really
It's made out of, yeah, and they still do have some of those available made out of ceramics, like, but it's not as common, but they do still do those.
Yeah. This next one I absolutely love. This is a 1-gallon mug. This is called the Giant Abbey Classic Ceramic Mug. And this one example here was sold for $700. Another example was sold for $659. So this is probably as big as, I don't know, as how big would this be? 1 gallon.
Well, 1 gallon, so it's gonna be it holds a gallon of liquid. So imagine having a cup large enough to hold a gallon of milk, right? So it's pretty darn big. And I didn't even know they sold these in 2016, and I wonder what the original price was. But anyway, one of these sold for 700 bucks on eBay. Another one sold for plus shipping. Another one sold for 660 with free shipping. So yeah, those are definitely be on the lookout for giant Starbucks mugs. Yes. And there's another one here. Is this also a gallon? This is 2.5 gallon. So here's another large one. It says it holds 2.5 gallons, although I'm questioning that a little bit. But this is a series one, and it's the Cleveland Skyline, and it also sold one for $630 plus $70 in shipping, and another one for $600 plus $34 in shipping. So be on the lookout for giant Starbucks mugs. They're gonna sell for hundreds of dollars.
I think it's 2.5 gallon because the other one had a rounder bottom. This one is pretty much flat, so I believe it.
That's a good point. Yeah, thank you. See, Michelle helps me a lot with certain things like this. 100%, I could see that now. Now, Rich said, do you check comps on the items before listing? That's a Michelle question.
Yeah, I do. But sometimes, Rich, if I find an item that I absolutely love, I would buy it because if I love it, I think other people would love it too.
Yeah, Michelle has a really good eye. Everything she buys, it sells, like everything. But I'm not surprised in marketing and all of that. So she has a good eye. Now, Chandra, Glow Girl Glow said, yes, please come to Georgia. I would love to see the both of you. We are coming. We're coming to get you, Chandra. No, I'm just kidding. That sounded horrible. We're going to come visit you, and forgot we have a friend in Georgia that, we need to visit, and then we're going to go to Starbucks and grab a mug together. All right. That's not a joke. We're really going to come visit you, Nikki, or Chandra, sorry. All right, go ahead, Michelle.
This next one is Swarovski. I know you can't pronounce that word. Swarovski tumbler. So Swarovski has I guess, a special edition with Starbucks. And if you see these, please, these are Bolos. So this one here for pumpkin spice latte 10th-year anniversary mug. This was sold for 330, and another one that's just a plain simple silver mug sold for $150.
I'm honestly surprised it didn't sell for more because Swarovski on its own, this crystal that we talked about in the past as a bolo item, does really well. And I would think a collab would go for more than that.
Yeah, I don't know if I would put coffee in there. I think I would never use them because the crystals do come off if you do like wash it pretty rough. Um, it's a collector's item. It's
That's
not a
true, right? It's not one of those cups you want to be drinking coffee out of every single day. All your
no.
crystals are gonna fall off, and then you're gonna have to spend a lot of money to replace them. Dunkin says call him Dunkin, Dunkin, like Dunkin Donuts.
Dunkin Donut. All right. This is yours.
Yeah, so this is some of the most valuable city mugs, right? So if you can recall when Starbucks first started selling the city mugs, they all pretty much look the same. They just changed the color here and there, right? So North Island, is that New York? What is
That's
the
New
North
Zealand.
Island? Oh, New Zealand. Thank you. Sorry about that. If you are from New Zealand or New York, sold for 720 bucks. There were 29 bids on that and plus $23 in shipping. This is just a regular mug. It's just, rare. And another one from Sapporo, Japan, sold for $600 with $100 shipping. I remember these mugs started coming out, I want to say what, like early thousands? Is that right? Maybe late
I
90s, I don't if I recall. Another one is, St. Petersburg, which is located in Russia, and this one sold for 180 and $10 shipping. Now,
yeah.
Duncan's asking if I have started selling my mugs. I will not sell my mugs. They're gonna stay with me until I pass away, and then someone can pick them up at an estate sale and sell them. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, unless I have a younger person that wants them, I could just write them in my will. But no, my mugs are my mugs. I use them every day, and they're not going anywhere.
Keely has a funny comment. She said, "If I spent 150 pounds on a mug, I wouldn't be using it." I am on the same page. I would probably frame it. Um,
Yeah,
you,
it'd be
you
nice
know,
decoration.
yeah. You know what's interesting though is that the country mugs are worth less than the city mugs. So the city mugs are worth a lot more. That's what I noticed.
That makes sense because I would think, like, those might be more rare, right?
Mm,
Because who's
yeah,
gonna a lot of people go to the bigger cities, but, like, who's gonna venture out to the smaller countries, especially if you're a collector,
that's
right?
true.
It'll probably be harder to get. Um, yeah, I do have a regret, though. I bought my sister a Starbucks mug from Kyoto, Kyoto, Japan. It had,
Hmm.
a beautiful what do they call those the women there that dress really
The
nicely?
geisha.
Yeah, it had a beautiful geisha on it, and in my head, I wasn't really collecting at that time, so I just got one for her because she was collecting them, and I always wanted to get one because it was so beautiful. So when I went back to Japan, I think it was, like, 1 or 2 years later, I was
They
looking
didn't
for the
have
mug and it was totally gone. Yeah, so that's, like,
it.
my one regret, like, I wish I would've got that. But I actually have another regret because when I was in Hong Kong with you, Michelle, there was also a mug I wanted to get, and for whatever reason, we didn't get it, and then you went to Hong Kong a couple years after, and it wasn't there. So if you guys ever see a Starbucks mug that you really like, just get it. Yes, if you don't want it later, you can always sell it. Somebody will buy it.
Mhm.
Michelle, did you wanna go ahead and share this one?
Yeah, these ones are the country mugs. So we have one from Morocco, that is in Africa, and it's $90. And another one from Mexico, sold for $46. So based on the research, really, the city ones are worth more money. So be on the lookout for those. This is just to show you what it's like to sell one for with a country name on it.
Oh, okay, that's what you mean by the country is like a country, not like the countryside. That's what I thought you
No,
meant.
no, no, no. A country name like
Got it.
China or Japan versus Sapporo, Kyoto. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. So, like, this mug is from Hong Kong versus a city, so that's kinda cool, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Cool.
that's cool.
Awesome. Yes.
Um, I think that's all for our bolos. I think we went through quite a few special ones, and now I know what to look for when we go to estate sales. Um, and now, are you ready for our meme? I absolutely love our meme today.
Yes, but I did wanna mention that you can also pick up Starbucks tumblers at discount stores and, like, they
Thrift
always
store.
have those retail stores where like Ross or Marshalls or Home Goods where, they didn't sell everything at the retail store and then they put them there and they're discounted. So you could also find them there and they don't all have to be vintage, although of course vintage always usually gets you more money or not always, but usually. And you can find them there also. The hot color changing mugs or cups, those do really well. So
Mhm,
they're not tumblers, they're not mugs, but they're like kind of like a thinner plastic and they change with hot coffee. Those do
mhm.
really, really well. So if you guys again, always look up comps. So that was Rich who brought that up. Just look to see what it's sold for on eBay. That's a good place. But we've
Also,
sold. Go ahead,
yeah,
Michelle.
I also wanna bring up, remember when we went to Disneyland, we bought some Starbucks mugs? Those are
Yes.
also bolo items.
Yeah, because they're you can only get them at Disneyland or places like that. If you yeah, so anything super like anything hard to get, you can buy and sell it, and you would probably wanna wait a little bit to sell it so it can increase in value. You may wanna hold it for a few months, but we sold out of those right away.
Mhm,
We wish we would have bought more, of those, and you're doing the people who are buying, again, they're collectors, and you're doing them a favor. So, it's like they're paying you for your time and your access to these places, and they're more than happy to pay you because they live, I don't know, 1,600 miles away, right? Or who knows how many miles away, and again, they're more than happy to pay you for your time and efforts and even money, right? You're using your money to buy it, so, um, yes. Now, there was there's a couple comments. So Keely said, "Did you watch Gary Vee's Trash Talk miniseries? He would always talk up buying mugs." I'm like, yeah, funny story,
live life.
Keely. That's how we got started doing this from
Mhm.
Gary V. Check him out online. He has a series on YouTube called Trash Talk, and that's how we got started and inspired to doing this. Actually, yeah, mug life all the way. Hashtag mug life.
Alright, I'll let you do the meme.
Okay, okay, sure. Okay, so here's a meme. There's a Starbucks cup. It says secret message. And then at the bottom it says careful, you're extremely hot. So they basically took a Sharpie and they crossed out the contents
The
you're
beverage?
drinking and the beverage is extremely hot, saying careful, you're extremely hot. So basically they're hitting on someone using the Starbucks mic. Didn't know you could do that. So it says at the top when the Starbucks guy is smooth. Starbucks guy or gal, right?
Right,
That's cool.
that's funny.
I like this one. Yes, I love this one. All right. Well, thanks, Michelle, for finding that awesome meme. And Keely says, "Oh wow, flipping else, that's amazing. I love that series. He had so much energy. Yeah, he's awesome. We love Gary Vee. He helped us get started on this journey." And Rich said, "I have Quaker oil ceramic bowls. Are those vintage, Rich, or do
I
you
think
just use
Quaker oats
them?"
are cool. I like the
Yeah.
logo, it's so old school.
Yes. Wow. That it is pretty cool. Rich says, oh, he's saying like, okay, when it comes to mugs, he says just wrap them in paper, keep a small box or two in your vehicle, you'll be okay. So do you know how to ship a mug, Michelle? We've shipped quite a few. How can you recommend someone who finds these mugs to get them safely to their owner so they don't break in the process?
Bubble wrap, paper wrap, and a box in a box.
Yes, a box in a box with your delicate items. We've learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
And always bubble wrap first, put craft paper in between the first space between the bubble wrap and the first box. Put craft paper in between the space of the first box and the second box. And we do owe you guys some videos on YouTube on how to box items. Again, thanks for your patience. We need to hire someone to help us make the videos because we just don't have the time to do it on our own. We do have the footage, but we need someone to help us make those videos. So, excellent, Michelle. Thank you for a great slides. So if you want to see what we just talked about on our podcast online, go to youtube.com/flippinggals1g and you could visually see us and you could see the comments from all our guests today. And you could also see what Michelle put together. And Duncan says he's eating a cheeseburger right now. So bon appetit, Duncan. And Glow Girl Glow said, please wrap it carefully because it's tossed around at the post office. And, you know, our friend, Chandra Glow Girl Glow, is a United States Postal Service worker. So thanks for that tip, Chandra. We appreciate that so much. In reality, items do get tossed around. So thank you so much for that. We appreciate that. So wonderful. Thank you guys so much for being here. We can't wait to see you again the next time. We will be here in 2 days, Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you can make it, we would appreciate you coming and asking questions. We're going to be talking about using some of the reselling money to put into investments with our friend, Terry, who's from Evolving Always Productions. And we can't wait to see her on Thursday and see you guys as well. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. Please take care of yourselves and stay healthy and safe. And we look forward to the next time.
Wear a
Have a
mask.
good night. Goodbye,
Good
everyone.
night. Bye-bye.